Why is this happening so much more frequently? Anyway, entered that with 4 more lives than I have now. On to stage 5. Things will certainly not go any worse. Oh. I'm assuming I don't have to explain the power system or anything. Yeah. Although the rainbow UFOs only give you 2 multicolored ones in return, they can still be useful. It's like, say you have one of each color that on the field that don't change color, like that blue one. Then, or even if you have a red and green and you want 2 reds or 2 greens and there's that blue one flying around, then you do that and end up with 2 reds or 2 greens, whichever you choose. Also helpful is the fact that the UFOs clear the screen of bullets. And will I get? Yes. When a boss not always. Well, when a cutscene starts, such as that, any UFOs that are on screen will be immediately destroyed. And I decided to go for the life part. I missed out on filling it and getting a second life quarter, but at the same time, each UFO releases a multicolored UFO once you break it. So I basically traded one small UFO for a quarter of a life, which isn't too bad a bargain. And who knows, may turn out to have been quite a wise decision. And fraps, really, seriously now. And you're back down there. Can you handle this menu movement, Fraps? Yes? Good. Alright. I have no idea what I was just talking about. Oh right, Nazrin came back. Gosh, I'm really ignoring her, aren't I? Anyway, lots of points here, and there's slight lag, but that's understandable. Also, I love this little streaming segment, although I think that was dumb. Still make it, though. And Sho Toromaru. This is... I do not like her non-spells, and I will leave it at that. The curvy lasers are not anything that is ever good. The second non-spell is even worse. Yeah, Sho really likes... She really likes to use lasers in her attacks. Yeah, she has some sort of miniature laser pagoda or something. And it is quite powerful, it seems. Yeah, this is... Oh, I died. Bomb. There is no way, as far as I know, to predict where you should be for that. Now, this is a pretty unique spell card in that it's actually made, like, the challenge is to not get walled, and you have time to escape there, but for the love of God, don't go right back there. When you've captured this card before, you really should not be that stupid. If you already know that you're supposed to be trying specifically not to get walled, do not wall yourself. This third non-spell, it is great though. I have to admit, this is probably my favorite of, most definitely my favorite of her attacks, and It's up there among my favorite in the game and possibly series. This, however, this is my strategy for it. Yeah, that is evil. And on to the final one. It's definitely difficult, dense, all that. Well, not dense, but at least claustrophobic. And bullets from all directions. It's difficult. It's not necessarily evil like some of her other attacks, but it's definitely difficult, like almost all of her other attacks. Scratch that, all of her other attacks. Not almost. Well, actually, well, no, the third one's not necessarily difficult, but it still requires paying attention and a bit of reaction time. Now, you might want to go for bombs here because each green UFO gives you basically 1 1/3 bombs when you destroy it, and each red UFO only gives you the equivalent of 1 bomb when you destroy it in lives. So, and alright, now we're on this. But yeah, you might want to go for bombs. And yes, and I am doing that because if you look at my lives, well, I suppose I can explain this now. If you look at my lives, I already know that there's only like 1 or 2 extra multicolored UFOs in this stage, and all the rest are blue, so the only way to get anything from the UFOs at this point that would matter is to get a blue one, because, or no, to get a green one, because that will give me a bomb, and I have no use for half a life at this point. Menu navigation, okay. Continue. Yeah, there's that blue one, and green. Time for a bomb. And just randomly gathering the rest since I can. At some point. I know I do that at some point. Yeah, here. It's that stage 4 mid-boss. What's it doing here? It's the stage 6 mid-boss. Well, it's trying to kill us. What else would it be doing, really? But this time, it does not give us anything but power. Getting through this without wasting any resources, it gives you a full power-up. Otherwise, it gives you a large power-up, which is a little bit of lagging desync there. Alright. On to the final boss. Byakuren Hijiri. And I did not take the right lane there, but I still make it. Yeah, you're supposed to start a bit more to the left in that one. Like here, and you still make it. The blue bubbles looking things, they have a much smaller hitbox than their size. On to the on to the spell cards. Now, it's been said that Hijiri likes to steal shot types, as all of her attacks will remind you of something else, and that sort of reminds me of Kogasa's. Well, not most of her, the majority of Kogasa's attacks, where there would be diagonal things like that. This does not remind me of anything welcome. This reminds me of Yuko a lot. Old school lasers, Yuko's butterflies. This is a fun attack. I noticed that normally I don't do very well in this, but vertical movement really helps in this one. Now this here. Instant bombing. That reminds me of a lot of things. And this reminds me of Show. It's the return of the curving lasers, and it's pretty much a luck-based attack, because, yeah, there's always the possibility of a laser coming up from the bottom border of the screen and randomly hitting you if you're near the bottom. And if you're any farther up, you have a lot less time to react to the stars that she throws at you. Now this is difficult, and normally I would use a bomb, but I don't have any. So, time to attempt to dodge. That worked. I bomb enemy. I love this attack. You know who? This doesn't remind me of anything, but that's only because I have never played Touhou 5. If I had played Touhou 5, it would remind me of something that looks exactly like this. Yes, this attack was actually, well, I guess stolen from the final boss of Touhou 5, but since Windows users wouldn't be able to play Touhou 5 anyway without an emulator, I'm just glad it's... I'm gonna say she borrowed it, and I'm just glad it's here. This really reminds me of Aya. A lot. Well, especially when the dashing starts to speed up. And it's also really weird though, because she goes in 4 patterns of dashing, and only the first one is dangerous, really. All the others are very manageable. Like that. That's very manageable, as I said. But now we're back to the start of the pattern, and even this is pretty decent. Now we're back to the start of the pattern, and does this look doable? Technically, yeah, but it's not easy. So, also, this is actually the first time I've experienced this attack. And the one following. So, should be able to get the rest of this attack fairly simply, since she's not gonna do that last pattern. Although I'm really running low on time. My throat feels weird. Ooh, big power. Yes, I needed that. And my first time seeing this, too. This looks fairly simple. I guess I can let my guard down, oh ho ho. Whoops, caught off. Whoop, no. Whoops, caught off guard. Bomb. Whoa, I didn't even bomb. And now I'm really worried, so I do bomb. But it doesn't do much, since she... And, also, I forgot that as the final boss's last attack, it's HP based, so it gets harder over time, and I am completely out of resources. So, gonna have to capture the hardest parts of this attack. Swell. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how this works, except the things travel along the lines. And I am very scared at this point. Whoa. I don't even know how I survived that one. And... what's that sound I'm starting to hear? She's almost out of health, and I make it. I was so relieved at that point. You can tell.